Welcome to another episode of Erik Wait Whiskey Studies, and in this video I'm going to do a review of the Ardbeg Corryvreckan. Some would argue that Corryvreckan is the best of the Ardbeg Core range. However, there are some who are quite devoted to Uigeadail who would argue that Uigeadail is the best of the core range from Ardbeg. But before I get into this whiskey and talk more about that, here are my notes.
Ardbeg Corryvreckan Islay Single Malt Scotch Whisky. The whiskey is named after a whirlpool located just to the north of Islay's neighboring isle, Jura. Corryvreckan was first released as an Ardbeg committee release, and today the earliest tan-labeled editions is a prize among collectors. The core range version then replaced the previous Best. Unfortunately, Ardbeg does not reveal the types of cask or age of the whiskeys in the Corryvreckan. It is non-chill filtered and bottled at 57.1% alcohol by volume, and prices range in the USA between $70 and $80 in the USA. Now, having said that, WhiskeyBase.com states that they use bourbon casks and new French oak, but that's not from the official website. So I am not sure 100% that that is reliable, but based on the nose and palate, that sounds about right. And for those who are wondering where I'm getting the price range from, just search Google for the whiskey or look on winesearcher.com.
Alrighty, so the distillery does not release what kind of oak cask they use. According to Whiskey Base, as you saw there in my notes, supposedly there's bourbon cask and French oak. However, my next question would be, okay, what kind of French oak? Are we talking Limousin oak? Limousin oak is what they use for cognac and Armagnac. Is it coming out of the forest near Burgundy? Because there are some distinctive characteristics of these oaks. You can also get French Quercus Patria, which has a very distinctive spicy character. So, merely calling it French oak, it kind of doesn't help that much because there are different oaks within France. But on the nose, yeah, you get the peat and you get the smoke, but it's really interwoven with the whiskey. This is at about a third of the bottle. So if you're doing a neck pour, you're closer to the shoulder, you're probably going to get more peat and smoke than what I'm currently getting. At this point, it's really interwoven really well. I get some black fruits. I would say like a black dried currant, a little bit of baker's chocolate. So it's not like a real sweet chocolate, but something you would cook with. Loads and loads and loads of spice. Some pepper, a little bit of anise, vanilla, caramels. There is a little bit of citrus to it, but it's citrus, like at Christmas time, people take an orange and they put cloves into it. So I kind of get a little bit of orange with the cloves in it. Now the fact that it's this spicy and the fact that possibly there's French oak really makes me think Quercus Patria. It's found more in the Eastern Bloc countries. It's used in Hungary. It's grown in Russia. And it's used in a lot of Eastern Bloc wines. So the fact that it's this spicy, again, don't know for sure. This is just based on my experience in different types of oaks. And if it is French, that's probably what it is. It's about a moderate smoke, really interwoven. So I'm getting the fruit notes of the dried black fruit notes, along with the spice, the caramels, the baker's chocolate, and vanilla. All interwoven really, really, really nice. All right, on the palate. Definitely spice on the delivery, spice in the middle, and spice in the finish. But it's intertwined with chocolate, caramels, vanilla, and that peat and smoke is all woven in there as well. This is an absolutely superb whiskey. And whether I would prefer this or the Uigeadail is going to be completely dependent on my mood. Uigeadail is a little sweeter. This is a little spicier. that has more dried black fruit notes, fig, dates, raisins. This has a little bit more of a black currant note. The caramel notes are actually fairly similar. The vanilla notes are similar. And the level of sort of peat and smoke is similar. So that's sort of what a mood are you in? Are you in something a little sweeter? Something a little bit more like a seized candy? Then you're going to go Ugadal. If you're looking more in the mood of something a little bit more spicier, sort of like, it reminds me of a Mexican chocolate in which they put jalapenos or some sort of spice in there. It kind of reminds me of that character, a level of spiciness. Something that doesn't make it sort of bite your mouth, but it sort of livens up the chocolate and sweet notes. It counterbalances the sweet notes. Really, really, really nice. Now, what I'm going to give it in terms of a score, I'm going to go 93 points. 93 points. That's the same score I gave to Ugadal. All right, so the point score isn't going to be the deciding factor. The real deciding factor for me personally is going to be my mood. Today, I want Corryvreckan. Tomorrow, it might be Ugadal. They're both absolutely fantastic, and currently, they're both still being sold, I think, at real reasonable prices. Now, when I talk about the prices here in the United States, obviously, I'm looking primarily at California. However, search around on Google, look on Wine Searcher. If you're in the United States, if you're in the UK, if you're in Canada, obviously, prices can range quite a bit, all right? So I'm primarily tend to quote prices that I would be looking at in the market that I'm in. Alrighty. If you subscribe to this channel, I want to thank you very much. If you like my videos, but you haven't yet subscribed, I would greatly appreciate it if you would subscribe. And if you want to be notified when I go live or go and post another video, you're going to want to ring that bell. All right, until next time, cheers. Hey, don't forget to subscribe and check out these other whiskey videos.